What it do, what it do? You know the fucking vibes, man. It's episode 28. Primo Sports back in the building, yo. It's your co-host Jake spreading love. Of course, I'm with my
You
co-host.
already know it's your man Lex, and welcome back to another episode of Primo Sports with Soul Game and no hype.
Feel me? Got a lot of shit going on. Got Jake Paul getting knocked the fuck out. I mean, my Knicks bringing home the little Emirates Cup. We got fucking crazy shit going on in the AFC playoff picture, NFC West playoff picture. You know what I mean? Rams Seahawks game out of control. I mean, it's exciting time sports right now, getting closer to that NFL playoff. And we're gonna see who really is gonna take that Lombardi home. But we gotta start out with what happened last night. That boy got, I mean, you know, we were all waiting for it, and especially people like that grew up watching boxing and shit like that. Like, I was a big boxing fan when I was younger. But because I feel like that's all we really had. Once I got introduced to this MMA shit, not gonna lie, like UFC, that took over for me. But boxing was a lot more respected. I feel like back then, and I feel like this knockout helped bring back some respect to the sport because we couldn't just have this guy just fighting nobodies really. And claiming that he's a professional boxer and shit, talking about he want to fight Cotto and shit and all of that. Like, stay in your lane. So how you feel about how that knockout made you feel yesterday,
Oh,
man?
I was so happy.
Mm.
I was happy as shit. I went on Twitter and I watched like maybe 70 different angles and videos of the same shit, but it was all still wonderful to see. I really enjoyed it because I really do feel like he made a mockery of the sport, and I really feel like I feel like just the opponents he faced, they took a bag for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Financial reasons. You know.
Mental health reasons.
You know what I'm saying?
To be
You know what I
real,
mean?
'cause the
Yeah.
city.
But I love the city.
Whoa.
You feel me? I feel like they was taking a bag, and yeah, it was good to see that this dude just knocked him out, man. It was a smooth punch, man, smooth too, bam, right to the mug. And when he dropped him, was like, wow, that was a good one. It was like, yeah, it was a good one, bro. Good job. I'm happy that you fucking finally realized that. You feel me? Because this dude was just way too big for him, pause. You know what I'm saying? Taller, obviously stronger, had more weight. And, he really felt some power. You know what I mean? He really felt some power. And it was just good to see. It was good to see.
Yeah, sometimes, you wanted to see somebody like that get humbled and shit, to be honest, because the way he talks, how much shit he talks makes it seem like, oh, you really think you're like that? Like, bro, you gotta think, man, when it comes to this boxing shit, anybody that's in professional, they've been doing that shit since they was kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Exactly.
talking about, amateurs and all of that. Like, bro, I respect it. Like, I know you can box. Like, the average motherfucker, you definitely knocking out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some amateur boxers, I feel like you'll definitely fuck up too. But, you should have been doing that. Like, that should have been the respectful route that you took, was like, go to amateurs, try to fight your way up to try to really get into the sport of boxing and knowing, like, okay, I could stand totally. Like, you just throwing yourself into the ring with Anthony Joshua was retarded. If you want me to be honest, you didn't
Yeah, no.
have no track record of fighting somebody even near his caliber
Right.
to think that you would even have a chance. So you basically paid a dude 90 million to knock you out. And I mean, I feel like the 90 mil kept him from not like putting you to sleep. Like, I still feel like he didn't hit you as hard as he could have. Like 80, I feel like he gave you an 80%, 70% shot, cause he know he could just annihilate you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it pissed me off that it got to the 6th round, but I understand it's not rigged, But I could tell that Anthony Joshua was like, I'm not gonna just take him out in the first 2 rounds, you know, because we'll make it a show. I could knock him out anytime I want. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what I feel like Jake Paul is in it for, the entertainment side of boxing, not for the love of the sport. You feel me? Like, I don't really think he's out there really trying to be a champion like that. You feel me? I don't think he has that ambition. I think it's just more so for the entertainment value and what he can get out of it because of his social media rise. You know what I'm saying? And YouTube and all these views and shit. And I can go out there now and I can do pretty much whatever I want because now I got the bread and the money talk.
And to be honest, man, even if he was like, cause I know he trains serious and all that, but it's like it doesn't really. It's too late. Like you've entered the sport too late to try to realistically think you're gonna be a champion within that time frame. Like maybe like champion of some like lesser shit. Like maybe you could fight some lesser type organization. I don't know really how that works in boxing, but like I know in UFC. Yeah, I mean, with MMA, there's, UFC, and then you got, like, Bellator and PFL and all, and, those are, like...
smaller things.
They don't... If you a champion there, it doesn't hold as much weight as champion in the UFC, obviously, but, like, that's what I feel like your caliber is at this point. You're not going to be able to beat... First off, if you want to go off the track record, the only time you fought actual boxers, you got 2 L's. So you lost to Tommy Fury, and that fight was a lot closer, but that's because Tommy Fury isn't like that. He's not a high caliber boxer. He's like more of an amateur to me. So that's the route you should have took. Like, and I feel like you could have did something with that. Like, made that the YouTube journey. Like, put that on your YouTube. Like, me going to amateurs and trying to come up and actually become a professional. Because then I feel like you would have been better prepared for any type of fight like this.
Yeah.
You would have showed more skill. You was running away.
You showed more experience.
You was running away the whole fight. So that's why you gassed out. You was diving at his legs and shit, basically, the whole fucking fight. It got annoying. Like, it got to the point where the referee had to call it a knockdown. Because you just keep falling. Like, it was too much, bro. It was annoying. And I'm glad that it happened. It had to happen. Now, what will be next? I think Anthony Joshua's calling out Tyson Fury, so that could definitely, I feel like Anthony
Joshua. I could see that happening.
It could happen. And the thing was, if he would have lost this fight, everything would have been wrapped. So that's why, like, going into this, I was like, nah, he's not gonna lose, bro. Like, people trying to say he's gonna, like, it's rigged. I'm like, yeah, it's probably rigged to the point where, don't kill me. But it ain't rigged to like, don't beat me. Pause, because the nigga, he gonna beat him, bro. Like, there's just no universe where he could beat him. Like, there's too much experience, bro. This dude was a fucking fought in the Olympics, all types of shit. Like, this is Anthony Joshua. Like,
he beat this nigga,
Ngannou,
that's his name.
He fucking slept him. So that's why I know he didn't hit him as hard as he could have really hit him, because he slept Ngannou. And that's a heavyweight.
Those are 2 big dudes, bro.
Right, he's a killer too. And that controversially lost to Tyson Fury, but I feel like he won that fight. So, and that's like, again, like, where you can see the experience, because Ngannou, he's an MMA guy, but he was still able to box because he's just got fighting experience, you know what I'm saying? And he's just way more athletically gifted than Jake Paul. So, like, Jake Paul, if you could have the skill you had right now, but you was like a crazy freak athlete, then I feel like you could have a chance, because then your athleticism could kind of make up for you not having as much technical experience or like technical prowess with your shit, with the way you throw punches and all of that. But, I think Netflix was like, thank God, because if that shit would have just went on the way it was with him running the whole time, and it would,
the ref had to tell him, like, listen, the people ain't paid to see this shit, man.
Yeah,
let's be real, man.
You running right now. This shit's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And there you go, man. Jake Paul, for him, go back to, fight people at your weight class. I know you're not gonna do what the fuck I said, so I know you ain't gonna do no amateur shit. So you're gonna probably find somebody else to fight. But now you kind of gotta fight boxers now. Like, I'm sorry, all that fighting everybody else shit is out the window. You fought Anthony Joshua, now everybody's gonna expect you to fight just boxers from now on.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes, But moving on from that, man, we're gonna jump into the NBA. My Knicks, came home with the the Emirates Cup. Exciting game, fucking back and forth. San Antonio, I'm telling you, like, got crazy talent, fucking young talent.
I really like their guard, Castle.
Yeah, Castle.
he hoops. He really hoops. I seen the highlights of the game, and it definitely looked like a back and forth game. Harrison Barnes, like, how the hell, he's still out there. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
My man's still out there hooping, yo. But it looked like a good game. OG, I think that was, for me, like, probably the first time that I actually seen OG be the 3-and-D guy for real. Like, his defense was solid in the game. It looked like he hit some shots. Josh Hart is getting a lot better at shooting. He's hitting the 3-ball a little bit more now. I felt like the Knicks did a great job of keeping Wemby out of the paint and making him more of a jump shooter. They did a great job on the boards, which I think was like the main reason why they won. It was just the boards. The Spurs really couldn't do anything about that. So many offensive boards.
Mitchell Robinson.
And it was just, solid team win. But yeah, like, for me it was, OG really looked like the real 3-and-D guy, because a lot of times when I've seen him, it's either he's not out there, like there's some type of injury, or it's just not like a complete game, I would say, on his end. But it did look like he was the 3-and-D guy that you guys signed him for. So, solid game, solid win.
Yeah, for me, OG was like the MVP of the game, I would say. I know they gave it to Jalen. I understand it too, though, because he was making a lot of shots at the end in the fourth quarter, and he had a good amount of assists and shit like that. The cup doesn't really mean much to me, and it didn't really mean much to. I mean, the Knicks were happy to get it, and you have to. I feel like, bro, you can't go out there and act like it's not exciting. You gotta you have to. It's the brand. You know what I mean? You can't be like, win the chip and be like, oh yeah, this doesn't mean shit. Like, you could think that in your head, but to say that on TV would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Adam Silver definitely not gonna like that shit. So I understand why. I mean, and I'm not trying to say players aren't genuinely happy to win it, but I mean, let's be real. It's it's cool. It's good to get the money, but it ain't the goal at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you ain't trying to get.
I agree.
You're not worried about just winning that, but I feel like it was good for us to, hoist up something, and maybe that could help you mentally just prepare. Like, yo, all right, like we got a little bit of that feeling of like what feels like to be called champion.
With the morale,
yeah.
I like what the players and the coaches did as a collective, as far as just like kind of dividing the money up and kind of giving it to, like, some of the money to just the staff on the team. You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of cool when I heard about that. But yeah, I agree. It's, obviously because of the brand, you're not gonna sit there and not be excited. And also too, there is still some type of excitement with it, because it's like, hey, we won something. I do agree that that's obviously not the main goal, especially as a professional. But you know, like it definitely helps with the team morale and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
like if you wanted these
it's
lesser
cool.
teams and shit, I feel like it would mean more. You know,
But yeah,
like
when
if
you're
you're
a
a
team
team
that's
that's like you're
trying to go
expected,
for championship,
yeah.
it's this right here is just like a like cool, this cool another
Well,
game. It's
we
just
could help
really
out the
another game.
we could help out the rookies. You know what I mean, with some
Right.
bread.
Right.
But I think it is good for a mental. You know, like all right, look at
Yeah.
us, envision this, because everything is about envisioning the future and perspective and seeing yourself and having positive affirmations, right? Like starting off your day with affirmations, like it all starts from there of like, okay, we're building something. I'm a great player. I'm gonna lock in today, whatever,
Mhm.
whatever. Then that locks into
I
like,
agree.
then it goes into like, oh, now we performed a task where if we lose a game, we're out of this.
Mhm.
If we're out of that tournament, so, and then this is the championship of that. And it says champs.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it does say champions on it, and we have a trophy. Okay, let's remember that. Like, and then,
Mhm.
like, let's really get the real trophy, and then, you know, build off of that. Like I feel like you could build off of that Emirate.
Mhm.
Not a lot of people were scared. Like, oh, I don't want the Knicks to win it because then they'll be too complacent with that shit. But that wasn't our captain's mindset at all. He even
I
said
don't
he's
think
like,
that should ever be. It's
you know.
like on any like, no matter what it means.
But it's
If it
because
means
we're
nothing.
crazy, Lex. That's
Right,
why.
no,
That's
I
why
feel
they
you.
think they worried about us. They worried about Knicks fans being like, yeah, but we got the Emery Cup championship. Like I don't think I. I even think, as crazy as this sounds, it's gonna sound biased, but because it is for me. I think even the Knicks fans have matured with the Knicks as well, like to where like the mindset is like, yeah, we're always gonna be the somewhat delusional and shit, but there's no real delusion now because we have a really good team. So it's like now it's more like realistic about shit when we're saying shit. It's like we're all in agreement that we don't fucking care that we won the Emirates Cup. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in agreement with that.
It's not like last year's.
Like, there's no way if we get eliminated that a Knicks fan's gonna go, oh, we won the Emirates Cup. Nobody's gonna say that shit. I promise you that. There's no way, bro. We're not happy with that shit.
Right.
Like, we're just in the fucking Eastern Conference Finals last year. Like, no
Right.
way. You're bugging. Like, I understand that in the past it would seem like that, but in the past we didn't have those type of teams. We had teams that were like on the cusp, maybe, like, and then it just didn't happen or whatever. So we would think like, oh well, we got this player is gonna fucking work, Bargnani and shit. Like, nah, bro, no, none of that shit ever worked. But now shit's working.
Shit is starting to click.
We a little bit more realistic, bro. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to judge us. Like, we ain't on that cowboy shit. Like, the Cowboy fans right now still think they have a chance. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, man, shout out the Knicks for winning that. Solid win. And then JB hits a game winner. The next game we played, we lost yesterday to the Sixers, but that's just part of the shit, man. Like, baseball and basketball is like, there's so many fucking games. You're gonna take L's in the season to people like that you maybe shouldn't have lost to.
Especially
Like,
when you're like playing back to backs
and it was a back to back. Yes.
It's hard to the back to back games are hard because you might have a lot of energy the first maybe 3 quarters, 2.5 quarters, and then you can see sometimes the team's energy just start to dwindle down or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I agree. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
plus once we won 10 out of 11. Like, all right, bro, we're bound to lose another one.
Yeah,
like, it's just
we went on a little 9-game winning streak, and we ended up losing to I know we ended up losing to the Bucks and then somebody else.
yeah, it's part of the season.
You know what I mean? We ended up coming back yesterday, and I want to give a big shout out. Big shout out to the real JB that played TD yesterday for surpassing my man Tommy Henson on the all-time scoring list for the Celtics, moving up from 14 to 13 now. Balling this season, 6th in the league in scoring. Got us looking good, 4th in the East right now. We're doing solid. So shout out to my mans. Keep doing your thing, keep balling. We play Toronto next, so we're going to see how that goes.
Yeah, nah, fuck all that. He not the real JB, you feel me? Like the real
JB playing TD.
The real JB playing the Garden, man. Like
you right, TD
like,
Garden.
Nah, he playing Madison Square Garden, MSG.
TD Garden.
Nah, bro.
TD
He's not.
Garden.
He's nice, but he's not Jalen Brunson nice, bro.
He earned that name, man.
He's nice, and I give him his props,
he earned
bro.
His name, man.
So did JB, like, so did Jalen Brunson. Like, how you gonna say that?
I'm
like,
not saying
like,
that. I'm not saying he ain't nice. He nice. I'm just saying.
But I'm telling you,
is crazy.
Nah, he got finals. He got a finals MVP type shit, but he ain't all that. He ain't an all NBA type nigga all the time. Like, you feel me? Like, he ain't. He not the.
My man resume
like,
speaks for itself.
He not even the fucking. You know what I mean? That's Jason Tatum team. Like, come on.
He stepped up. And he got us 4th in the East right now.
That's fine for what though? Y'all niggas not gonna do nothing when y'all get to the playoffs, bro. Like, y'all need Tatum, bro. Without Tatum, that shit
and not for nothing.
Work,
I agree. It would be great if we had Tatum there, but for my man to have us 4th in the East right now, yeah, nah.
I mean, I do. I'll give him props for that, but
sixth in scoring right now.
Yeah, nah, I hear it, but
you know
like,
what I'm saying? Resume speaks for itself, man. 4-time All-Star, Eastern Conference Final MVP, Finals MVP. Resume speaks for itself.
Yeah. Still not the real JB to me, but you know what I'm saying? He's a JB, I guess. He's
right. Brunson is a JB.
He's
right.
a JB.
His
you know what I'm
initials
saying?
are JB.
Jalen Brown.
Have the same name. You're right.
You know. Can't go left Brown.
You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Still proving people wrong, Brown. Out here.
Turnover Brown.
I hear
you know what I'm
you.
saying?
Championship though. Champion though. You feel me?
Alright, we're gonna see. We're gonna see after this year. We're gonna see. We're gonna visit this right after this year. Then we'll see who. When my man's got a championship, and then who's gonna be the real JB? But
TDJB.
Nah, man. Hell no. Fuck no. Nah. Fucking, but yeah, and then moving on, we're gonna get into some football and shit, bro. Fucking, I think this AFC playoff picture is gonna be is shaping up to me something crazy. You know, after that Patriot loss to the Bills, you know, I think that really showed like, okay, the Bills are confusing, but I feel like when the playoffs come, they're gonna lock in, man. And then obviously, even though they lost, the Pats is still gonna be. I mean, it's gonna, you know, you got the Broncos, you got fucking. You know, everybody, you know, I mean, I think the Ravens are honestly, they might, you know, they're going to start kicking into gear.
And this is just from what I'm looking at. You feel me? From what it's looking at like right now. Obviously, Denver would get the bye after the 1 seed.
Right.
The 2 versus 7 will be the Pats versus the Texans. That's gonna be a tough match.
That's a tough match.
Y'all.
Not saying you don't want it, but if you could avoid it, let's
a tough
avoid
matchup
it
because of Houston's defense is crazy. Crazy defense. The 3 versus 6 will be the Jaguars versus the Bills. I feel like the Bills. It's gonna be crazy, but I feel like the Bills could pull that out. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then with the 4 versus 5, you're gonna have the Chargers versus the Steelers. That can go either way. I feel like it could go either way because both teams aren't really that amazing to me. I feel like they're just kind of sneaking by with some of these victories. So just that alone, that I feel like the craziest games are gonna be that 2 versus 7 and the 3 versus 6. You know what I mean? The Pats versus the Texans, Jaguars versus Bills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like those two games right there are gonna be.
What was the last one again?
Chargers versus Steelers. Yeah, Chargers versus Steelers, 4-5.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and the Steelers better, they got to be on their P's and Q's and really try to hold on to that spot because the Ravens are coming.
I guess the Colts are still fighting to secure a wild card spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're still fighting. But to be honest with you, I'm not really worried about the Colts because their quarterback situation is fucking sucky. I don't trust Phillip Rivers in the playoffs with them. He's 10 years out the fucking league.
No, I don't trust
you know what I mean? So that's not happening. I don't think Danny Dimes is gonna be able to really do anything in the playoffs. That's just being honest. It's not trying to shit on Danny, but he had a good season, but
tore the ACL.
Yeah,
I mean, tore his, was it ACL? Was it? Or no, Achilles.
Achilles, yeah, he fucked up his Achilles. But, and Denver would play whoever, they would have to play because they would get the first round bye.
Yeah.
So I think, that 2 and verse 7 and that 3 verse 6 is going to be 2 crazy games.
Yeah, man, and Jacksonville, man, like, bro, the old boy started off with that weird-ass Duval shit, but fucking... They've been going crazy, but if they gotta deal with the Bills first. I'll take the Bills all day in that game, and I'm gonna be real. That game had a lot to do with it, but because it's always like this in football, man. It's not always like the teams that dominate like crazy in the regular season. It'd be like rare that they are the ones that make it to the Super Bowl like that. It feels like, or like
unless
even
it's a real like dominant team or something.
Yeah, it's
like
always
that.
because it's always like they get to the playoffs and get knocked out first round or some shit like that. And like, when you have a team like the Bills that has the potential, but just this year I've had so many fucking up and down moments and shit like that, and. Obviously that comeback win last week was crazy, and that's what made me be like, yo, it'd be that type of shit that now, because think about it. If Josh Allen's not going to have to deal with the main people that fuck him up.
The Chiefs are out.
The Chiefs are out.
And the Ravens are like this right now.
Yeah, and he's already beating Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. And then Burrow's not going to be there either. Mm-hmm. So, you're dealing with Trevor Lawrence, first time being in this situation. Mm-hmm. Drake May, first time being in this situation. Mm-hmm. Bo Nix, first time being in this situation. The experience lies with the Bills. They have the most potential, honestly, and I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
I think that this has to be the year that they get there. Yeah. Because after that, I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, it's going to get dark.
Because after that, it's going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Because, like you said, no Lamar. Pat's out of it. You feel me? Now all you really got to deal with is really some first time fucking quarterbacks that are going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Love Drake, but this is definitely going to be his
first
Trevor
time. Lawrence has been in there, but it just hasn't been as experienced.
Even with that, like
same thing with Bo, not as experienced.
I'm still not going to put them over Allen because even last week when we were up 21-0, it was still like, but this is still Josh Allen. We did a great job by containing him, keeping him in the pocket. That's what helps us go up 21-0. Once he gets out of the pocket, now it's like, what are we going to do? Because now he's either going to kill you with his arm or he's going to kill you with the legs. Because if he gets out the pocket, you have to defend that. You have to respect it. What happens? It opens up shit in the back, and you know what I mean, in the secondary. So now he's just running around. Receivers are running around. They can get open. You feel me? And it makes the game a lot easier for him and the offense. You know what I'm saying? Facts. It gives the defense a lot more confidence when they're out there because their defense hasn't been that great.
Facts.
You feel me? So all that's gonna do is just help them. We got just complacent. We got super complacent on defense. I'm gonna say that we let some of this shit get to us a little bit. Now we got grounded again. Might have been a great loss for us. Learning experience. We need that. Because in order to grow, you're going to have to go through these growing pains. So with Josh Allen right now, this is definitely his window. Because these young quarterbacks, Bo Nix, Drake May, all these other young guys that are coming up, and especially in the AFC, what it's looking like right now, we don't know if you're gonna be able to get there again. We don't know if you're gonna be that good again next season.
Yeah.
You feel me? Cause like the Chiefs is like, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? They're they're breaking apart. You feel me?
I mean, a torn ACL
You know what I'm
for
saying?
Patrick Mahomes too.
You know
so
what I'm
that's
saying?
fucking
The
that's
ACL.
devastating.
All season.
And when it happened, so it happened in late December.
So that means he's not probably gonna come back till mid-season next year.
Yeah.
Give or take. You
Yeah.
feel me? Give or take. But, so, yeah, this is your window right now. And then Lamar, like, even though he's playing injured, I expect him to come back healthier next year. You know what I'm saying? And I expect him to come back on his bullshit. You feel me? So,
because his window's gonna close.
Right. Everybody's window is starting to close in the AFC. You got people, and then these teams in the NFC is starting to come up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you got some shockers over here in the NFC right now. So that window is starting to close. You got the MVP. You got the Pro Bowl selections and all of that other shit. You're a great quarterback. This is definitely the window for him. Because after that, I don't think they're gonna go.
Yeah, I see it as Bills, Rams, and because even after that, crazy ass game, but what fucking, I mean, wild, Seahawks Rams game. That shit was fucking gas. I ain't gonna lie, like a Thursday night banger again. But I still see the Rams going to the Super Bowl because, Seattle. It's just Sam Darnold for me. Like I'm still not. I'm sold up. I feel like he's just a regular season guy. I don't see this happening.
I don't see
in the
him
playoffs.
as that guy, bro.
In the playoffs, I don't see it. You know what I mean? And
he's not that guy, and I feel like no bullshit. This nigga Puka Nacua, bro, is the best receiver in the fucking league, bro.
Yeah, he's crazy, bro.
He is the best, most exciting fucking receiver in the league. I don't care what nobody.
You could literally put him for 10 catches every time,
bro,
and he's about to get
bro,
that. Like,
and
bro,
I love the way he plays, bro, because he don't play with fear.
You know who he like? He wide receiver version of Troy Polamalu.
Fam, like he's just out there, bro. Like I feel like he catches everything. He's always in the right spot. Super dependable.
And Devontae Adams was hurt for that game.
Right,
too,
and he was hurt.
So.
You know what I'm saying? Like really, like when it comes to the loss, I put the loss on the defense and the special teams.
Yeah, I mean they had a crazy ass 2-point conversion anyway. Like come on, bro, that shit hit off a motherfucker's helmet and bounced into the.
My thing is, it's like even before that, they were up 30-14.
Yeah, no, they were. Yeah.
They gave up a punt return.
Mhm.
Right?
To Shaheed, yep.
Then they got the 2-point conversion, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
But then I think the next possession, they might have punted, I want to say. Seahawks get the ball back. And I don't know what the fuck happened on defense in the secondary over here. But they left the nigga wide open.
Yep.
Wide open over here. Boom, dime. Touchdown. Score. Tie game. We're going to overtime.
Yeah.
That should have never happened.
Nah, it can't, and it can't happen. And hopefully, like you said, how it was for y'all with a loss. Hopefully that loss.
Because like that loss showed. I feel like for the Rams because JNS, I keep
JNS.
Yeah, JNS. He was balling in that fourth, bro. And in the overtime.
Oh, JSN.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. I always get the shits mixed up.
Yeah.
But he was balling in that game, bro. And then there's
He's
secondary,
nasty, bro.
bro. You can see that there's some holes. You know what I'm saying? In that Rams defense or whatever that they got to work on and tighten up. Because like I said, there should have been no reason why my man was wide open over there in the game that it was.
Yeah.
It was a close game, bro. All right, like if you would have gave up that, like you gave up the punt already. Now you give that up. After you guys balling, like, yo, not for nothing, but that pass that Stafford threw to my man fucking Puka.
Yeah.
The little no look, like, yo, he plays quarterback like a point guard.
Yeah, nah, he's nasty. He's right now, even after that loss, he's MVP.
Like, he
yeah,
really
he's gotta
plays
be
it like a
MVP.
point guard. Like, some of his passes, my G, like, he plays it like a point guard. But yeah, I agree. I think he's the MVP. I
Yeah.
think he's been the most consistent. He's been balling all season. But yeah, like, I just really feel like they have no excuse for that, bro. They should have never gave up the punt return and that touchdown, bro, because then it would have kept them out of fucking because it was in the fourth quarter, bro.
Yeah. No,
Fourth quarter
can't
with
do
still
that.
a lot of football left. You feel me?
Here's what I'll say though. Yo, shout out the overtime rules, man. You know,
Yeah.
like shout out the game not being over after the Rams scored that touchdown in overtime and gave the Seattle Seahawks a chance to respond. I think that was cool, man, and they got to respond and they went for 2. I got
For the win.
For the win. That was crazy.
You know what changed that? That Bills Chiefs game a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that fucking wild ass game?
Yep.
And and it would have been cool if the Bills would have been able to get the chance to score.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so that that changed the rule, which I'm happy they did for that because it like that's what they do in college. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I like that rule because it at least gives me my chance to like, let me score. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah,
And
then
then
if
if
you
I don't
stop-
score, then fuck it.
Yeah, the game's over.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect that. You know what I'm
The
saying?
game's
So,
over.
but like overall, great game. You know what I'm saying? But the Rams fucking special teams and defense got to tighten up because they can't give up games like that. You know, because the at the end of the day, the Seahawks were still 11-2, 3 or something like that.
Yeah, they were
at that
both.
time. So
Yeah,
yeah.
they both had the same record.
Yeah, so I think the Rams definitely should have won that game because
Yeah.
they were in control of that shit, bro.
Yeah, so but I mean, I think like I said, I think even though they lost that shit, I think it's still gonna be them going to the Super Bowl, regardless of their seeding.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, man, great game and fucking great episode, dog. You know what I'm saying? Episode 28, wrapping that bitch up, man. Like Merry Christmas to everybody out there, man. Appreciate all the fucking subscribers, all the likes, all the views, man. Like, it's crazy how we just started this shit, man. We're almost at 30 episodes. Every episode is almost damn near an hour apiece. We got, you could watch our videos for 2 days straight. You know what I'm saying? So like, it just goes to show like, you just gotta start shit, You just gotta do shit.
You just gotta do that shit, fam.
gotta
Fuck
do
it. Fuck how it look. Fuck
Yeah.
where you starting from. Just do that shit. No matter what. You know what I mean? You're gonna go through your ups and downs with shit. Trials and error, but it's all a learning experience and make sure that you have fun with it too. You know what I mean? And the people will grow with you. People will respond. So,
one
there's
step
something
at
for
a time.
everybody. So
Yep, one step at a time, man. And like I said, man, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Primo Sports, we out. Any parting words?
you already
gotta
know,
use the
man.
floor every
Feliz
time.
Navidad and all that good shit. You
Alright,
know what
man.
I'm
Drink
saying?
y'all coquito, you know what I'm saying? Eat
Like,
your girl's
comment,
butt, all of
subscribe.
that. Yes, sir.